Elements by Rejects on AO3. Chapter 11. Chapter 10. HHK Top 10 Articles this week. 1. Todoroki Enji talks about what it was like raising Element Shoto. 2. Live action Avatar film starring Ojiro Masaru set for release next fall. 3. Fashion designer Bakugou Masafi announced designing competition for upcoming line. 4. Actor Monoma Neto on short break due to old leg injury issues. 5. Witness debunk Element's dating rumor. 6. Element's Stanky starts dancing channel. 7. Exclusive sneak peek to the first 5 minutes of Shin X's adorable new anime. 8. Yaoyorozu Momo to start singing career. First album release to be announced. 9. Re-owned bakery prodigy Satoru Rido to join in Great Quirky Bake Off. 10. Big 3 Amajiki opens up about anxiety. A meeting was held later in the day about the lone rumor. It wasn't much of a meeting, as it was just a warning from Aizawa to the whole group. We are not going to bring unnecessary attention to it, and it'll just die down, the manager said, dripping some eye solution to his eyes. However, I highly recommend you all be careful from here on out. I don't care who you hang out with, but you're also well-known faces with reputations. The media likes to create drama, and the wrong move can get you in trouble. Deku looked down at his own feet, embarrassment radiating off him. Sorry. I thought it was funny, Denki said, patting his back, especially knowing the context of the conversation you guys were having. Shinso pulled up the photo on his phone. I'm impressed with how I'm just not there. Even Katsuki was amused, truth be told, but he knew Ochako well enough to understand she was probably stressing out about this rumor as well. However, he couldn't not feel at least a little jealous about the whole situation, and he hated it. The rational part of his brain told him not to stress about it, but the irrational part wanted to take away any attention the media had on the rumor by making a new one, by means of falder, as he remembered calling it during one of their first interviews. He was grumpy that day. He shook the thought away. That wouldn't be fair to Deku. They could both get into trouble if the agency even suspected them to date. No dating policy means no dating, regardless. No matter how much he and Deku would have the upper hand in getting away with a lot of things, being in the same van and all, Katsuki forgot there was a conversation happening around him and was drawn back into it when Aizawa changed the subject. I know your show just ended. He started off. But there's been a request for you all to star in this upcoming season of Baby and Me. Izuku spoke up. The one where you take care of a baby for a couple months, right? That would be correct. Aizawa looked at his phone, double-checking his notes. In your case, if you're all comfortable with going through with it, the child this season is a 5-year-old. Well, I'm okay with it. Deku spoke up. Kids are fun, so if you guys want, I'm on board. I'd be against it if I was alone, but if it's with you guys, I'll be okay. Denki crossed his arms. There will be people around to help you if needed it. It's not like they're going to leave you with the camera crew filming every mistake you make that could ruin a child's life. The manager added. Oh, if that's the case, then hell yeah, let's do it. Izuku straightened up. Shoto looked at Katsuki, waiting for his answer. The blonde felt their eyes, Deku's eyes, on him. I'm on board, he spoke. It'll be fine, right? Shoto looked at Aizawa. Looks like we're all in to do it. All right, I'll let them know to get the contacts ready and have your schedule sorted out. Maybe this whole baby business is a terrible idea, Denki said during their dinner at a small, home-style Japanese restaurant near the dorms. Something could go wrong. Dude, we'll be fine. Izuku spoke with his chopsticks in his mouth. I used to watch Neighborhood Kids early on in middle school, and as long as they didn't destroy anything, we'll all live. Deku perked up. It really shouldn't be hard with all of us. Who knows? The child might pick a favorite out of all of us. Ooh, favorites. Denki's previous mood was placed more positively. By the end of the show, I'm definitely going to be the kid's fave. You all just wait. I don't know, man. Idro stretched. I've always had a way with kids. Why's that? Because you are one? Katsuki's momentarily thought was that Deku could absolutely get along with the child. The passing thought was enough to make him choke on his food. He didn't know what possessed him to stand in front of Deku's room long after they got back from dinner. He could see the light leaking from the bottom of the door, so he knew he wasn't asleep. Damn it. Ever since that whole ordeal with Toga, Katsuki found himself more attuned to Deku's existence, more so than he usually would be. The sound of Deku faintly plucking guitar chords reaching his ears, and he stepped closer to the door to listen closer. The chord stopped, and it was silent for a moment before Deku started to sing, obviously as quiet as possible to not disturb everyone's rest. And here Katsuki was, standing in front of his door like a creep. Trying to hear what he was singing, Katsuki moved even closer, only to bump his head onto it. The singing stopped, and he wanted to punch himself. Katsuki took a step back, to pretend it never happened, but the door opened before he could get away. Kachan, what are you doing? Yes, Kachan, what were you doing in front of Deku's room in the middle of the night, listening to him play guitar and sing? I had to piss. Oh, then I'll leave you to that. I'm done pissing. The dark-haired boy stared at him. You can't sleep, can you? I really can't. Truth be told, he was over being afraid of those dreams. But those dreams just would not leave his head. Want to come in and help me with the song? Katsuki didn't remember answering, but he guessed he answered positively because he now sat in his usual spot on Deku's bed, with Deku showing him his notebook. So, I've been working on this as a little side thing to unwind, he said, as Katsuki read through the lyrics. I was thinking of setting it aside for one of you guys to use as a solo. Solo, huh? Katsuki finished reading, but kept his eyes on the page. Deku's words soon registered. One of us. You don't want to sing this? It's good. Deku laughed, shaking his head. I'm pretty sure one of you guys can sing it much better than I ever could. You watch your mouth, hear me? Katsuki straightened up, genuinely angry. I highly doubt any of us could even admit this kind of emotion you want us to for this. I really couldn't, though. This wasn't like him at all. Katsuki excelled in annoyance, and flicked his forehead, earning a surprised yelp. The hell happened to the newbie Deku who wasn't afraid to charge forward and demolish everyone's hearts with his incredible lyrics and voice? Kachan, no. This is your damn song that you've been working hard on, so you sing it. And we'll make it a duet if we need to, as long as you sing it. Got it? Katsuki regretted his words for a moment when Deku's eyes began to water. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. He wiped his eyes. Thank you. Well, glad you didn't take it the wrong way. The blonde rubbed the back of his neck, looking back at the page. The lyrics were sweet, he noted. Izuku was incredibly good at romance, and he hated that he found himself relating to the lyrics more than he wanted to. Deku sniffled and leaned into him to look at the notebook. Katsuki did his damnedest to keep his own body from tensing. You think this could work as a duet? Hell yeah. See? Katsuki took the next few minutes, pointing things out, jotting down his own little notes onto the page. It wasn't long before both were completely involved in making the lyrics better, humming tunes to each other to see what worked best. They never worked together like this on a song before. Katsuki couldn't get enough of it, neither realizing how much time went by until a knock sounded at the door, and Shoto peeked in, squinting. You two still up? He yawned. It's almost 2. Ah! Deku's eyes widened, and he looked at Katsuki. We better get a couple hours in at least. The blonde didn't want to, but with how late it was, He would feel like death in the morning regardless of whether he slept or not. Right. He stretched and stood, seeing Shinso already disappeared to the bathroom and headed for the door. Kachan? What is it? He looked back, Deku smiling at him, clutching onto his notebook tight with a twinkle in his eye. Want to work on this more tomorrow night? What a stupid question. Katsuki smiled. You know I do. Chipper. Midori Izu, at Midori715. A part of me hopes that the rainfall tomorrow isn't a lie. Katsuki stared at his phone, on the verge of falling asleep. He closed his eyes for a moment, before sending his own response. Number 1 Katsuki ever, at Katsuki_the_immortal, at Midori715. Under our shared umbrella. As he fell asleep, he didn't realize there was a fluttering heart in the room across his. Space Journal. Midobaku Detox. News. Izuku and Bakugou chirps. You've probably all seen this already, but Image of Midoriya's chirp. Image of Bakugou's chirp response. Any idea what they could mean? Lyrics for an upcoming single? Are they finally dating? Lol. Comments. Whatever it is, my teeth are rotting from how sweet they are, LMAO. Bakugou has transformed from the hardest beast to the softest kitten. I can't handle it. Lyrics from an upcoming single? Are they finally dating? Why not both? All pop rock. News. Elements confirmed to star in a new season of Baby and Me. Popular STV show Baby and Me just confirmed on their official chirper that their upcoming season will star Elements. For those unfamiliar, the show's premise is to follow idols as they raise a baby for at most 3 months. For season 4, Elements, child will be a 4-year-old boy. Are you excited for this upcoming season? Come back for more information and behind-the-scene photos. Today I'll tell you how I feel. It's amazing how much I've fallen for you. Ala Ala Gaza, Shared Umbrella, Fallen. End Chapter 10. Okamake, All Might Forever. Kachan's here! Izuku exclaimed, leaping from his spot towards the door. Inko laughed as she opened it for him, greeting their visitors with a smile. Look at you, Katsuki-kun. What is that, a new shirt? Yeah, Tom made it. The blonde boy patted his own chest proudly. He said it was for the number 1 All Might fan. Izuku gasped. Can I have one too? No, this is special. Katsuki stuck out his tongue, and his mother laid a hand on his head, ruffling his hair. Mitsuki looked at Izuku. We can get your own with your own special design. How does that sound, kiddo? This was the greatest day of Izuku's life. Yeah! Katsuki crossed his arms, a bit muffled that the other boy was also getting a special shirt. But as long as it didn't look like his awesome shirt, then it was fine. The boys were taken into the living room. Inko got All Might's newest movie set up on the TV, and the mothers left them so they could watch it in peace. Izuku sat in complete silence. Katsuki the same. Both were completely taken in by the film, and while they didn't understand every single thing that was happening, the worlds were completely rocked thanks to the action scenes. By the end of the film, they were gushing about All Might. That is my favorite movie of all time. Nuh-uh, it was mine first. Izuku pouted. We saw it at the same time, Kachan. Katsuki took a moment to stare at him. Instead of blowing up, he slid off the couch, holding out his hand. Shut up, Deku. Let's play. I'll be All Might and you'll be Sir Night-Eye. The dark-haired boy got up and took his hand. I want to be All Might. We can take turns. Izuku beamed, accepting this response. As they played, Katsuki beamed as well. Okay, so if Toga isn't the climax or the big, oh no, then I have a feeling that their own agency is gonna be their big oh no. Because if they get together, it will be violating their contract, the no dating policy. Because I know some industries have no dating, but this one says no dating, absolutely no dating, not even your band members, right? So I wonder what's gonna happen. I really do wonder what's gonna happen. Are we gonna have like a moment with, what was her name? Hunya and Dawn? You know how they were dating, they got found out that they were dating, they left their agencies, and they went into another agency that let them date? Is that gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like, what's going on there? What's gonna happen? You know? Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.